First and foremost, I want to tell the staff, thank you for allowing me to be here to partake in your opportunity in this situation. It's a blessing to be here. Traffic was a little crazy getting here, but I'm happy that we made it safely. I appreciate the invite. And when I first got the phone call from retired Gunnery Sergeant Devalier, as a master of guns, I'm not used to anybody telling me what to do, right? But when Mr. D calls you, you answer the phone. So, Mr. D, I want to tell you thank you for giving my name up and putting me out there. So, what can I talk to you guys about today? I'll start at the beginning for you. I want to tell you all thank you. Because just like you're standing now, there was a moment where you all raised your hand and you said, I do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. You may have not known what that meant at the moment, but to me, that meant the world. Because you have decided that no matter what, you will protect me and my family. You have never met me until now. But when you raised your hand, you said, I am going to give my life for a stranger in protection of freedom and the pursuit of happiness. So I thank you for the commitment that you have for this country. But I need you to understand the significance of what you said and what you're doing. There was a time where you and I weren't afforded the opportunity to serve this nation. Raise your hand if you know anybody that's 75 or 81 years old. Most of us know somebody, right? Believe it or not, that's about how long it was when the Navy allowed desegregation in its ranks. 81 years ago. 75 years ago, the entire Department of Defense said it was okay to desegregate the services. Now, that might not mean nothing to you right now, but I want you to picture a time. I'll tell you a story about me. 1997, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. The Commandant of the Marine Corps at the time, General Krulak, had went down there and got every Marine on the base and blasted them. And he told them that you will not haze anybody. Anybody hazes anybody, you're done. You're no longer in the Marine Corps. Guess who showed up right after that? Usmc Mayfield. Right from here from Fort Lee. I showed up and it was like everybody wanted to handle me with kid gloves. But I was also ostracized because they felt like I was being babied by the Commandant, that I didn't have to go through what they had to go through. So they made life a little hard for me. They found different ways and creative ways to initiate me into the fleet operating forces. Now, why am I telling you that story? Can you imagine the first sailors, soldiers, airmen, and Marines who were integrated into the services? The first ones probably felt a whole lot of pain because the old way was pushed out of the way. So although they were the first to integrate with their brothers and sisters in arms, they still were treated and still ostracized in quiet pockets. But they endured through that. They endured through that. I'm telling you that you stand on the shoulders of giants. Because they persevered through all of this, all of the adversity, not only for this nation, but for their neighborhoods. For you and I to serve right now. If they would have quit, they wouldn't have broke those barriers for us to be here. For you, whatever it is, we all joined the service for a reason. We joined for a reason. Whatever that reason is that you joined for, don't forget it. Are there going to be hard days? Yes. Are you going to have some adversities? Yes. Are you going to miss home? Hell yes. But what's back at home? If you joined for a reason, you left that for a reason. Honor the uniform that you're wearing. Because there was people that got spit on. There were people that their bunks were messed up. They had to go in hiding to congregate and learn from one another because their peers felt because of skin color they were different. The military is a microcosm of this nation. So the things that they had to go through, it was something that they had to do back at home. So why am I telling you to be mindful of not going back? I don't want you to forget where you came from, but I don't want you to go back to where you were. You must progress. You must elevate. You must bring us together. And how do we do that? With uniformity and pride in what you wear and how you present yourself to this nation. Because it all connects together. I'm a firm believer if you look good, you perform good. Because we food service, we make food service sexy. But in order to do that, we have to work together. I love home. I'll tell you that first and foremost. And I'm sure you do. But you left for a reason. It is your turn to elevate the neighborhood. It is your turn to make equality make sense to everybody. Because the nation watches us. When we go into battle, it's no black or white. It's no black or brown. It's you wear the American flag, I want to take your head off. They don't care. So when you have to defend this nation in whatever capacity it is, whether it's combat service support, what we do as food service, or if you have to pick up a rifle, because it just got real, you have to protect the sailor, the soldier, the Marine, the airman, the Coast Guard, and probably the Space Force too. You got to protect everybody. Because again, you stand on the shoulders of giants. And I got to tell you, that legacy, that's some heavy lifting. So if you got small legs like me, every day is leg day when you put that uniform on. Because you must uphold that legacy. I challenge you today to uphold that legacy. Understand what your why is. Why am I here? Why am I enduring all of this? Been in the Marine Corps for 27 years. And I ask pretty much every other day, why are you still doing this? Because there's some kids somewhere, on some street corner somewhere, looking for inspiration, looking for hope. And I would like to think they don't have to look at Martin Luther King, W.E.B. Du Bois. They don't have to look for them. They should be able to look at me and say, you know what, I am inspired, I am motivated, I want to push the effort to make this world a better place. So I challenge you, be the reflection of change. Be the reflection of equality. Take care of one another. It's going to get hard. Somebody's not going to like you. Endure. Push through. And I'm not trying to minimize your pain or your suffering, because we all have to go through our peaks and valleys in life. But I just need you to go back just 81 years ago. I need you to go back 75 years ago and realize that somebody had to go through far more worse things than you to get us to where we are now. The job you do back then was the only job that they could do. They weren't seen good enough to serve anywhere else. Fast forward to now, everybody forgets about you until they're hungry. You are the key holders to everybody's morale. Everybody's got to come see you. Understand that responsibility. Take charge of that responsibility. More importantly, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. I want to leave you with a quote from W.E.B. Du Bois. And he says, "Now is the accepted time, not tomorrow. Not some more convenient season. It is today that our best work can be done, and not some future day or future year." What does that mean to me? Your time is now. Change happens now. Change happens in each and every single one of you. Be the change that you want to see. Be the Navy that you want to see. Uphold the traditions that was laid before you. Elevate them. Trust me, the block is still going to be there. There's somebody watching you right now, and they need your motivation and inspiration. Make the change today, because you are history. You're walking, talking history. And it doesn't have to be black or brown. But you acknowledge the sacrifice that was made for you. And bring this nation together, because they're relying on you. Thank you for your time and your attention. Fidelis, rock.
Day School at ease. Thank you, Master Sergeant Mayfield, for those heartfelt words on the importance of Black History Month.